Hi guys, welcome to our course Getting Started with 3D Max 2023. Today we are going to talk about navigations and we will start with these icons here and we are going to talk about the shortcuts. So the first one is zoom and the shortcut is Alt Z. If you press the icon, you will have this command activate. If you left click and move your mouse, you are gonna able to zoom in or zoom out. And there's another way to do that is if you press Ctrl Alt and move your mouse with the middle with pressing the middle button of the mouse, which is the wheel. So Control Alt middle button of the mouse, and if you move it, you have the same result as when you select this one. So the second one is zoom all. What it does is that whichever zoom you are gonna do in active viewport, it will do it in all other viewports too also. So we're gonna test that. As you can see, the zoom is affecting to the or four viewports that we have. So the next one is zoom extend selected. What it does is if you select this one and press zoom extend selected, it will bring it to the center of your viewport and zoom it out. And there's also a shortcut for this. It is the key Z or Z. If you select your object and simply press Z, you will have the same effect. So if you press this one and hold it, there's a pop-up menu, as you can see. There's another icon here, zoom extend. What this does is that zoom extend all of your object, not just one selected object, and it is very handy. For example, if you are like moving around in your scene, and so if you press this one, you will find your object. And also if you press Z without selecting anything, it will do the same thing. So if you select object and press Z, it is zoom extend. If you are not selecting anything and pressing Z, it will zoom extend all object. The next one, it will do the same thing with the four viewports. For example, if I select this one and hit it, we zoom selected this object in all four viewports. And I'm gonna again deselect my objects by clicking on empty area of the viewport, and it will be deselect. And if I'm gonna press and hold it, I'm gonna select the second one. It is zoom extend all in all four viewports without like selecting anything. So the next one is zoom region, and it is really obvious what it does, but it just works in like one viewport. Uh, the next one, field of view. If you are gonna use this one, it will break your perspective view, and it won't be like perspective, it will be changed. But if you want to go back to like being a perspective, you have to simply change the viewport and come back to perspective again. For example, I'm gonna hit T, it will go to the top view, and I hit P, it will be perspective again. Now we have our perspective. So the second one is pan. Pan, and if you select each command, if you are doing in the middle of thing and you want to go out or cancel, you can hit right click. So I was selecting pan and I don't want to pan anymore, and I will just right click and I'm out of the pan. And there's no need always to go and use pan, because if you hit middle key of the mouse, you have the pan function, and if you release it, the hand will go. If you press and hold on the icon, the second one is 2D pan zoom, which we already talked about it in here. 2D pan zoom, and what it does is you can zoom like you are zooming in a picture without going inside the perspective effect, and the perspective won't change. And you, if you want to go out, you come here and just uncheck the tick and you are out. So the next one is walking. With walk through, you can walk inside of your scene like you are in a video game. If you press for example W, you will go forward. If you press A, you will go to left, D to right, S to back, and you can also use the arrow keys. It will do the same thing, the arrow. Simply if you want to go around in your scene, it's a very good option. The next one is orbit. What does this do is you can orbit around your scene, but it will work it has the more functions when you select an object. Again, I hit it right click to go out of this option. If I'm gonna select this one and zoom extended, now if I'm gonna hit orbit, it will work better. And there's another thing about this orbit, that you can orbit around an axis. For example, if you come here, you can orbit from this axis, or this one, or this one, this one, or this one. So it has the you have some options to use this axis. It's very handy sometimes in you are to go around your model, and it has a few options. They are very similar to each other. And if you don't want to use this orbit, you can simply hold Alt and the middle mouse of the middle button of your mouse, and you can orbit into your scene without the other options that this orbit has this axis. And if you select one object, you can go around it much better. And sometimes very annoying to work with this one, so most of the time you will using this command Alt and the middle mouse of the button. And if you're using the wheel in your mouse, you go up and down. You can zoom in and zoom out. And the last one is the zoom maximizing the viewport, as we talked about in our first session about viewport. We talked about that.